What's going on, Mini family? I'm a child of the 90s and early 2000s. One thing that I miss from my childhood is LAN parties. And don't get me wrong, I still love to play video games. I'm just not lugging my entire computer tower and CRT monitor to my friend's house in my Dodge Neon to play for 36 hours straight.
Do you think I'm going to dismantle my beautiful cable management job just for a singular LAN party? Bro, I'm 32. I'm basically dead.
But then I had to think recently, and I was like, you know what? I'm an adult. I like how that has to be stated. I got this big office. I got friends who I play games with. Why can't I just do a LAN party, but with miniature war games? And so that's what we're gonna do today. I invited 5 other friends over to play in a tournament this Sunday for 7 hours. We're gonna get 3 games in, eat some pizza, and just have a good time.
Oh my God, stop, please.
Your viewers need to see this.
Why have I waited this long to do this? First things first though, we gotta clean up. All right, we got 2 Shatterpoint tables set up here. I really love setting up Shatterpoint terrain because all the terrain goes together like Legos. All the bridges and platforms have little slots in them and you can attach them however you see fit, going 1 level high, 2 level high, heck, even 3 level high if you're creative and use post stack cleverly. But yeah, it's just really fun. It's easy to be creative with. There's no world where I have enough terrain to play 3 games of Shatterpoint at the same time, so a lot of awesome friends loaned me some terrain. This awesome, beautifully painted set was from Stefan. Thank you, Stefan, for loaning this stuff out. We really appreciate it. Along with the 2 battle mats as well. Appreciate it. Let's meet the gamers who are gonna restore balance to the Force today.
Hi, my name is Curtis. And I'm ready to rock some fools.
Hi, my name is Brittany. I have no idea what my chances are today, but we're gonna try our best. This is gonna be starting my 3rd game of ever playing this game, so we're gonna go for it.
Hey, my name is Matt. And my confidence level of winning today is about a -5%. I feel pretty good about it, never played before.
My name's Dan Molson. I am playing my Ewoks, and I'm pretty confident, having played them only a couple of times, but they're Ewoks, so very confident.
I'm the other Dan. I have never played this game before today, so my confidence levels are actually very high. I have complete confidence that just from my innate knowledge of miniature gaming, I will completely crush all of my opponents.
Hi, my name is Scott. And I should have the most confidence in winning this tournament because I think I've played Shatterpoint the most out of everyone here. And I also invited everyone. So basically I'm setting this event up for me to win. Apparently I'm an asshole. And the best part about today's in-house tournament is the award for 1st and 2nd place, baby. Lightsabers!
Oh my God, I turn it off. It's a nice lightsaber. You're very nice.
Ooh, yeah.
If it isn't obvious by now, we're playing Atomic Mass Games Shatterpoint, and we're loosely following AMG's tournament organizing document for help with tie-breaking and speeding up slower games. I chose the shifting priorities mission for this tournament as that's the simplest one and would be easiest for all of the beginners. Before round 1 began, we feasted on delicious pastries courtesy of Other Dan, and then the gaming began. Round 1 started off with Dan's vicious Ewoks log rolling all over Matt's bounty hunters.
How's it going? How you doing?
All bad, yeah. We are gonna lose hardcore. No. Yeah. That -5% bump down to a -30. It's getting worse.
In true Midwestern fashion, however, both players avoided any form of confidence at all costs.
Ewoks are squishy. Real squishy. It was 2-0. That last one, I think if it went on a little bit longer, I'd have been stretching myself a little thin. But knowing time was kind of coming up, being able to just touch the objectives made the difference. Yeah, the Ewoks can run around.
Quite brutal,
Yeah.
Okay, did you figure a lot of things out about the game in
Yes.
that one? Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned that I'm bad at it.
Are you having more confidence going into game 2?
No. I think I have less confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the big table, we had other Dan's other Ewoks tripping and falling on their logs against Brit's Separatist and Dathomirian list.
Twitter #cancel Brit campaign started by PETA
Oh.
for murdering the bears.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that hurts my heart as a vet tech as well. Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Despite other Dan's politicking, Brit got off to a good start.
How are you feeling now with one struggle in the can?
I don't know. Struggle 2 is always the interesting one because everything is now on his side of the board. So we'll see.
Who won the first round?
I did.
It was 1-2. It was very close going into the third struggle. It was anybody's game, but you had some good fortune with the priority objective rolls. But it was a very close game, a lot of fun, and really was anybody's game until the last activation.
Lastly, I faced off against Curtis's Separatist and Dathomirian list with my Inquisitorial list that I lovingly call Genocide. We ended up not being able to finish our game, so because Curtis had won the first struggle, he ended up winning the entire round. Shockingly, this was actually the only game that we didn't end on time, so I think we did pretty well for a group of newbies.
All right, in my round, I drew the sweatiest gamer that I know.
You got
Curtis.
right.
And we got to the second struggle, and then I lost it on objective points. So he 2-0'd me and is now going against another winner,
Brit.
Yes. Okay. I mean, how'd you feel about that game?
I felt pretty good, honestly, especially for not having played for quite some time. You even said that you've played quite a few.
Yeah, I know.
And recently, so I was scared for sure. But it would have been nice to not win on the tiebreaker and actually just crush your spirit. So, but hey, we're here. So
Let's take a brief break on our Star Wars tournament coverage to thank the sponsor of this video, Hobby Nerd Studios, and their new game, Age of Angra. This is not a Kickstarter. This is a new card game available to experience right now. Age of Angra is a mythical tag team fighting card game for 2 players in which synergistic duos of incredible creatures known as Asura fight on behalf of their magical human shepherds, which is the role you take on as the player. When I visited Monument Hobbies recently, I actually got a chance to sit down with them to play through a whole game, and there were a lot of mechanics that I enjoyed. I'm a huge fan of push-pull mechanics, and in Age of Angra, your victory points are a vital resource for your shepherd to use to cast magical abilities. So there's a lot of strategy in knowing when to be using those abilities or when to be saving them for the endgame. In most card games, you're responsible for building a deck, and in Age of Angra, it's no different. But what I appreciate about this game is that part of that preparation goes into picking abilities for your various Asura to use. It feels like building a character in an RPG, and each ability is multi-purpose. There's a lot of variety in how you employ them. Lastly, these abilities also have cooldowns that get tracked in-game with physical components, which I love. Just another element to consider when you're trying to defeat the enemy shepherd. Thank you to Monument Hobbies for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out Age of Angra and pick it up to play right now, you can find it linked in the description below. All right, back to the Star Wars tournament. Dan brought some hilarious trophies for us to hand out to some of the other players so we could all feel a little special. Round 2 saw Curtis and Brit's forces clashing in something of a mirror match.
I'm feeling pretty spicy. I actually used Django to yank a unit off of an objective and sat on it, so I'm feeling pretty good. Won the first struggle. Pretty good.
How you feeling? Confident?
No. No. Grievous is not looking too great.
Grievous to be heard.
There's going to be a battle on top of some trees that is going to be real bloody real fast. And yeah.
Despite the magics of Mother Talzin, Curtis was able to claim the W, meaning he was one step closer to one of those sexy lightsabers.
It's a nice lightsaber. You're very nice.
Who won round 2 for you guys?
This guy.
I won round 2, baby.
Are you feeling guilty about that?
A little bit.
Who was Brit's MVP, play or player?
I I think Savage.
Probably
running up,
Savage,
shanking
honestly.
an Acolyte, and then running off toward the objective was probably.
Yeah, that was a
you know,
clutch move, actually. Yeah. Just absolutely murked the Acolytes and then went down onto the objective.
What was Curtis's MVP play or player?
I don't know. I feel
Django
like,
Fett.
Yeah,
Always Django.
Django Fett
Always
kind of
Django.
just like ran. He pulled off Kraken, the droid, off of the objective, and then just like went up there and took it.
It was pretty
Like,
clutch.
Yeah, he did a good job.
If you guys are in need of some Shatterpoint battle report content, I can't recommend TNG Productions enough. They don't play a ton, but when they do, it's really good.
I had the pleasure of facing off against Dan's furry murder bears, a matchup that I am somewhat familiar with, and it wasn't looking too hot for Wicket and the gang.
Dan,
Is
how are you feeling right now?
real rough.
Why is that, buddy?
Let's go with
Our team Bears feeling bad.
Team Bear's feeling bad. Team
Here,
Bear's
team-
real
team-
squishy.
team-
Bear hug?
Bear hug.
Bear hug.
For my round 2, I got to play against Dan the Man, Collector of Rocks. How'd it go, Dan?
Bad. Honestly, the fifth brother being able to get on objectives and, like, as much as it didn't seem like he was doing much, just holding objectives where I couldn't get to him
Okay.
was tough. It was closer than I thought it would be, though. The big deployment mistake I thought was going to cost me the entire game came back hard on the second round.
Yeah.
And then the last round, I made one mistake that would have kept me in the game.
Yeah.
So it was much closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I think for your MVP play, it was when both of your 2 melee grunt murder bears got up in my Inquisitor and just destroyed him. It was absolutely brutal.
Teddy bear, gang.
yeah, it was brutal.
Lastly, we had other Dan fighting Matt right next door. Despite Matt's declining confidence, the game was pretty close, and he was able to put the hurt on those furry forest dwellers.
That is a hot trash roll.
It's quite a good roll for me. Oh wow, that's quite nice.
How did round 2 go for you guys?
It was close. Well, I got wrecked, but I also did a lot of damage out of the gate.
Have you seen the movie The Revenant? We sort of replayed that in miniature with just swarms of bears.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
It wasn't just one bear; it was many bears, all at once. Yeah, it was.
Although we do need to know that trappers did officially bite the dust.
They did die. Yes.
Yeah.
They
Wow,
did
the thing actually died.
Yeah, they actually died.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was also super close.
Yes.
That struggle 3, I think, had you flipped a couple of cards differently,
Just one
it would have
card,
been
really.
a very different. It would have been a very different outcome in struggle
Yeah.
3.
IG-11 was a hard carry.
Yeah. Holy crap! IG throws a lot of dice.
He's gross.
Yeah.
He's quite nice.
Super gross.
Really get it. Because especially if their parents didn't. Jesus
Volume low.
All right. My go.
Standard mode.
Did you break my saber, Dan?
Don't know if I.
Because we only had one player who had won both games, we had to get a little creative to determine the matchup for the grand finale.
Who gets to play Curtis? Currently
3.
undefeated. 3, all right. Growthy, what are you getting? 5, all right, Growthy. You got to play the undefeated player.
Does that feels like losing?
Round 3, I have a bye because Matt headed out, which is okay because that guy's wearing his helmet this entire time.
Dan, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
My favorite Star Wars movie? I want to be a troll and say Solo, but that's not. That movie's such a piece of.
No, honestly, unapologetically, that is my favorite Star Wars movie. Yeah.
God, that movie's terrible. The only thing it has going for it is Rise of Skywalker is so much worse. Empire Strikes Back is amazing. I have to go with the OG Star Wars, A New Hope, because I am old enough that I saw it in the theater in 1977, and it was exactly as life-changing as people say it was to Gen X kids at the time. Indirectly, it's responsible for the career that I'm in, so I absolutely would say New Hope.
I liked Rogue One for a lot of different elements, largely, I think, because the U-Wing was one of my favorites. But for my childhood, I really loved Jango Fett, and all the stuff in Clone Wars probably made Clone Wars the one that I rewatched and loved the most.
I probably will say Rogue One just because everyone dies at the end. Spoiler alert.
What the heck is wrong with you? Curtis, what's your favorite Star Wars movie, you asshole?
I think Scott asked this question specifically to call me out on being the fake fan that I am. Sitting here playing a war game for Star Wars, couldn't even name my favorite movie, couldn't even name the movies.
So, Curtis, will your tyrannical reign continue for this game, or are you going to lose the game to the Murder Bears?
Man, what do you think the answer to that question?
Dan, any feedback on that?
I'm assuming that this is just Curtis's time to shine.
Okay, well.
With the appropriate amount of hedging, our third game was underway. Due to the die roll of destiny sealing other Dan's fate, Brit and Dan's forces were clashing in this final round.
How did round 3 go? Who ended up winning?
So like a couple times during this game, but basically at the beginning, it was a low gray, you said. This bear like maneuvered all of his bears like swarming above, and I just couldn't catch up from that. So I think that was an MVP play.
Grievous running right up the mid and just being big and scary with a bunch of lightsabers and then coughing. Menacingly just backing away.
Okay. In the meantime, other Dan and Curtis were still battling away, and when the dust settled, a victor emerged.
And the winner of the first Miniac Invitational Tournament is Curtis!
Seriously, this guy doesn't even like Star Wars? What the hell?
I would definitely come here for a second time. I absolutely did as good as I thought I would. No worries whatsoever the entire time. Just getting the...
Yeah, so Dan got second place in the event, and he picked up the second lightsaber. Revan's lightsaber, most notably.
Yeah, I would 100% come back for a second one. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. The winner part, just disregard that. It's mostly the chicken because all of my models decided to run away. But yeah, no, I 100% would do this again. This is so fun.
I got this tiny golden ungulate as a reminder of, apparently because I was the only one who actually read the movement rules. So I'm not sure if this is the pedant award that I got, but either way, I'll take it. So as I mentioned at the start, I've never played this game before. I've watched a lot of video, read the rules. It's a fun little game. There's enough going on that it feels very strategic, but it's also not weighty, so it's quick, it plays smart and fast. I just had a really good time, and these were really a group of great people to play with today, so very good time. So thanks for inviting me, Scott.
It was great. I haven't gotten to play much Shatterpoint. In fact, I played more games today than I've played ever. It was very enjoyable.
Now that you've won in a Shatterpoint tournament, will you start watching Star Wars?
I mean, I guess it would be blasphemy if I didn't, right? Like, I can't actually yield this thing if I haven't watched the movies, right? So I guess now I have to sit in your basement and be a sweaty nerd watching Star Wars movies.
Okay. This is in video? He said it, so now he has to do it.
I'm basically locked in, unfortunately. Especially because y'all are going to see it now, and y'all are going to grief me if I don't.
Yes. Despite ultimately losing and giving away my 2 beautiful lightsabers. Ooh, yeah. I did manage to claim, however, the Not My First Rodeo trophy, which I got because this is not my first time playing Shatterpoint, which I don't know if I should be happy about this or not.
Apparently I'm an asshole.
Regardless, everyone, including myself, had a ton of fun playing in this tournament, and it definitely had the vibe of a early 2000s LAN party that I was going for. Just fun and casual games with your friends. Did you guys enjoy it? Let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know if you do fun things like this with your friends. If you guys like the channel and you want to support it, there are a number of ways to do that. All things linked down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. That means so much to me and my fellow content creators. More importantly than that, however, most importantly, in fact, don't forget to hang my